Tonchi Weaver is with me today in studio. Tonchi, it's great to have you at this desk again.
Always nice to be here.
Tonchi, a few weeks ago we had a magician on the set by the name of Dwayne Laughlin, a real expert in smoke and mirrors.
Yes.
Would it be fair to say we have something of a magician in the governor's office?
Well, you know, that's a good comparison. It really is, because our governor has made statements that give the illusion that our state is doing something to defend and to protect South Dakotans from Obamacare. But the fact is, when you partner then with the federal government, all illusions are simply that.
So the illusion is that we're not going to do a state-run health exchange, so there's nothing behind the curtain to fear. But when the curtain opens up,
guess
what do we have?
The federal government's there.
Yes.
Just telling us what to do.
Ready to help us.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness.
So,
and he's been successful with this smoke and mirrors routine.
That's true. And I think it's important to understand why we have the state-run exchanges anyway. Back when they were going to pass Obamacare, the only way they could get the Senate to vote for it was to say that the states would set up their own exchanges.
So when the heat got a little too warm in the kitchen,
right,
and our governor spent about $1 million pursuing a state-run health exchange, the temperature raised, and he said, well, no, we wouldn't do that.
Well, actually, the first $1 million was for a study. Every state got $1 million to study and design a state-run exchange. The subsequent money that we got was actually for, the mechanics of it.
And we still have that, haven't seen it back.
I haven't seen any of that going back. I haven't seen any headlines to that effect. Congress cannot constitutionally command the states to implement a federal program. So that's why they gave us incentives to create our own exchanges.
So are you suggesting that maybe this $6 million that we still have is somewhere in the state
maybe
capital?
Going for just what it was intended? I kind of think so.
Behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing?
The funny thing is, if we were to in reality refuse to set up any kind of state exchange, to scuttle everything the governor has done up to this point, and dig in our heels and say we're not going to do it, then I'm going to read you something. This is from the Cato Institute. It says, the very tax credits that are contingent on states implementing an exchange are also an essential part of the trigger mechanisms of the law's penalties on employers and individuals who don't purchase health insurance. Since those tax credits are only available through state-created exchanges, states can exempt their employers from penalties of up to $2,000 per worker simply by not creating exchanges. It seems to me that an employer would want to locate in a state where they had that protection.
But, and here's the big part of this illusion that's behind the curtain, if a state cooperates with the federal government in a federal exchange, it's all the same deal, isn't it?
I think it qualifies as the state, in reality, we are doing what the government wants, what the federal government wants us to do.
Instead of me driving Grandma to the gallows,
I guess
someone else
is.
And that's better.
But she's going to get there anyway.
Yeah, isn't that a sorry thing?
Well, yes, unfortunately it is. But sometimes because we have such short attention spans, it's easy to fool the public.
You told me something a little bit earlier, Tonchi, about California. Some people out in California will be experiencing incredible burdens.
Right, from implementing through their own state exchange these healthcare laws. Families earning as little as around $24,000 a year will be paying about $2,500.
That's over 10%.
That's right, of their income.
And folks, whether you think you're safe now that the governor has made the proclamation that there will be no state-run exchange, right behind the curtain, he's saying, but we're going to cooperate with the federal government. Don't be fooled. It's smoke and mirrors.